Film sets are a dangerous place, and today they seem even more dangerous than ever before. Not only is there the danger of guns going off, it seems, but also there's the danger of things falling. It's like a building site in a film set quite often, and now there's a story about how a stuntman from Fast and Furious 9, Joe Watts, has suffered serious brain damage, and the film company has been fined £800,000, and he fell 25 feet onto a concrete surface. He's fortunate to be alive. But I thought it would be interesting to bring this up to date. And if you go back to 1965, I think, or 1964, there was a film adaptation of Doctor Who with Peter Cushing, and I think Peter Cushing still remains one of my favourite Doctor incarnations. And in fact, he made two Doctor Who films. There was that film in '65, and then I think in '66 there was Doctor Who and the Daleks invade Earth or something. And on that film, on the second film, which is filmed in Shepperton, a stuntman was seriously injured. His name was Eddie Powell, and on one of the first days of filming, he had to fall through some shop awnings and onto a pile of rubble, where he was then zapped by Daleks. And as he fell, he broke his leg. But extraordinary, resilient man that he was. He still got the shot, and he still stood up in time to be zapped by the Daleks. When he came for the close-up a few days later, he was in plaster, and there is a photograph of him with his leg in plaster, but the actual film was cropped so that you only saw his head being zapped by the Daleks. And that level of dedication is what film companies rely on, but it's also a dangerous business, and people often don't take as many precautions as they should do. There's always that stress, there's always that urgency to get the shot, to get on with the next bit, and safety has never really been a priority in the film industry. It is more so now, but it's still a dangerous environment. And the fellow who was injured, who was badly injured, Joe Watts, has been working on stunts in the most extraordinary range of shows, from Game of Thrones to Johnny English, Star Wars, and Kingsman. Top of his game, and still accidents can happen. And you with the whole business of stunt work, you want to minimize the risk, ensure that there's as little injury as possible to yourself and to others. But accidents, as I say, can happen. It's not often a stunt is the first time that stunt has been done, no matter how carefully, how well thought out it has been. And there is something about doing something for real in the camera, and that's one of the defining features of the new Napoleon film. That these huge vistas, these huge groups of soldiers, these huge boats, ships, tall ships, are all real, and that is so unusual today, and it gives that sense of reality. If you can start with something real and then supplement it, it makes the film so much more believable. And I must say, when I go to the cinema and watch hour upon hour of green screen, I tend to fall asleep. But I am sorry about Mr. Watts, and I I hope the industry can pull itself together and make sure that safety comes first. It really does. Um, Safety is our priority, or should be our priority, and then entertainment. And you can't entertain really unless you've got a well-written script and um, a good, well-cast film. And there are rumors. I'm waiting to see it, but there are rumors that Disney's latest film, Wish, is just poorly written, and that would be sad in a centenary year. But I don't know. Flops and duds litter the history of the cinema.